you grew up in the 80s, you likely sported a perm or two. Maybe three. The motto back then, of course, was the bigger the hair, the better, right? Well, here's a fun fact. The perm appears to be making a comeback, but not in the way you might imagine. What's old is new again. That seems to be the case recently with so many throwback trends from the 80s and 90s, including the perm. At least it appears so in Hollywood. Earlier this year, actress Emma Stone's makeup artist, Rachel Goodwin, posted a photo of she and Stone getting perms, complete with those orange and blue foam rollers. And actress and dancer Julianne Hough posted a video on Instagram showing how she traded in her sleek, straight hair for a little more texture. So how do these so-called new age perms add up in the real world? We put the question out to you, our viewers, on Instagram asking, would you brave a perm? We had more than 120 comments to that perm post and more than 50 emails, all from women wanting to try a perm. After combing through those messages, we decided to give away a perm to Kimball Anderson. She says she curls her hair almost every day because it's fine with no body or volume. So Kimball agreed to let us tag along as Studio 5 style and beauty contributor Megan Moore gave her a new do.
We've been seeing a lot of articles popping up lately talking about the return of the perm, but I have to tell you, it's not the same perm that we're used to, the perms we saw back in the 80s. These perms are lighter, looser, and they're designed to give you more texture and volume in the hair. All right, Kimball, we're ready to get started, but first things first, are you nervous?
I am not nervous. I'm actually super excited to get my hair done.
Good, that's what we want to hear, so let's go get started. She's got that thin, fine hair, and it's going to give her a lot of volume that she couldn't get otherwise. The rollers are bigger, the solution is softer, it's not as intense. So this gives it more of a wave, like you've been at the beach.
Okay, all I can say is Kimball is one brave girl. Not many people would dare get a perm, I'm saying, in front of TV cameras. So before we show you Kimball's big perm reveal, let me fill you in. Kimball is a 22-year-old college student planning to eventually go to med school. And for fun, she makes some extra money as a photographer. She loves being outdoors. So clearly she's a busy gal looking for an easy hairstyle. And today, Kimball is joining us fresh from the salon for a live reveal. She's joined by Studio 5 style and beauty contributor Megan Moore. Okay, I'm loving this. I'm loving this. What's your reaction?
I love all the volume and the body my hair has now, and it has so much more texture, and just my hair is so much different. I love it.
So you can feel a difference. And Megan, we can see a difference, and here's the difference. Actually, Kimball, I'll have you look right in this camera right here. We're gonna do a split screen of the before and after. It's not the curl from the 80s that we remember.
No, not at all. It's a lot softer. It's more of just that beachy wave, that back and forth kind of S wave instead of those spirals that we're used to. So yeah, it's a lot softer, and it's just designed to give volume and texture, and it's a foundation, right? It's something to build your style off of. So is she gonna wake up with perfect curls? No, but she's gonna have a foundation now that she can build curls on with more volume and more texture than she had before.
We're gonna get into the specifics of that maintenance. First though, before the phones start ringing off the hook at more hair design, you really wanna throw down the caution tape that this is not for everybody.
It's not for everybody. Kimball was a perfect candidate because she has fine, flat, thin hair, and she's looking for volume and texture that she just can't get otherwise unless she spends a lot of time doing curls, right? So she's a perfect candidate. She also doesn't have any color on her hair, so it's a lot less damage because she doesn't have highlights or bleach on her hair.
So if you have color on your hair, is this a no?
You can do it with color on your hair, but if it's somebody like you that's got tons of blonde, then that's gonna be really damaging, and that's why you get the frizz. So in the 80s, we were mixing peroxide and perms, and that's why the frizz was always happening. So for you, I would say no, not only because you're blonde, but also because your hair is already very thick. So it would just make it huge, right? And you don't need that.
I mean, I'm a natural blonde, Megan.
Yes. Oh, I forgot. Sorry. So, or somebody with super long, dense hair, it's just going to be too heavy, so it won't hold because that curl is just not strong enough to combat gravity.
Gotcha. Let's talk maintenance. How have you found the upkeep to be, Kimball? Has it been doable for you?
Yeah, for sure. I just wash it at night and just sleep on it, and then I can wake up and put some product in it, or I curl it a little bit and then just go throughout my day.
But there still is, Megan, you want to emphasize a process of doing your hair in the morning. It's not a wash and go necessarily.
No, I mean, it can be, right? You could scrunch it and go if that's the look you're going for. But most women want curls that are more polished and finished. So if that's what you're going for, this is a great starting point. It's going to take some time out because there's already curl there, and you're just going to go back and kind of polish it. So it can be a wash and wear if that's what you want, but most women are still going to have to style their hair. If it was perfect and you could just wake up with perfect curls, then everybody would have a perm, right? And we don't. So you have to keep in mind that it's a foundation and then you build on top of it.
And then technically speaking, what's changed? You mentioned the peroxide. I mean, the chemicals have changed in this process.
It's softer. The rollers that we use are quite a bit bigger. You know, in the 80s, we were doing these tiny little rollers and we were getting that crazy spiral.
Yes, we were.
This is a lot softer, and you can see it just gives her a bend and a wave. It's not even a full spiral curl, right? It's just more of that bend. So it's a lot softer. So the process, the chemicals are slightly better, but the process is pretty much the same. The only thing that's changed is really the technique and the application, which is using the bigger rollers and placing them so it's more of an S wave.
All right, I realize I'm asking you this with TV cameras listening and Megan standing by your side, but are you glad you did it?
Yeah, I'm glad I did it.
You're glad. The texture and the body feels worth it. Well, I think you look great. So thanks for letting us learn along through you.